Hi there. Let's go ahead and solve this question that is asking us to find the molar concentration of a substance, in this case hydrochloric acid. And we're going back a little bit because in the last unit we learned about molarity or molar concentration, and we use this handy little formula: concentration, C, equals N, which stands for the number of moles, divided by the volume. And the volume needs to be in liters in order to use this equation. Another really handy way to solve for concentration is to use the little concentration triangle. And you can remember this one. We simply split our triangle into 3 parts, and the C always goes on the bottom left-hand corner, and then N for moles and V for volume go right here. And it does need to be drawn like this so that it will work for you. But the handy thing about this little triangle is that if you have to rearrange the formula, for example, and solve for volume, and you're given concentration in moles, you can use your finger. If I pretend that my finger is this little red dot here, and I cover up the one that I'm trying to solve for. So in this case, where I'm trying to find concentration, I just cover up concentration. And it tells me that to solve for concentration, I'm going to take my moles over my volume, Cn over V. Imagine I was solving for moles. Whoops, grabbed the wrong one. If I was solving for moles, I could simply grab my my circle, and I could cover up the N for moles. And when I do that, I can see that to solve for moles, I need to multiply C by V, because they're right beside each other in the triangle. So that's a multiplication. When I see something over top of the other, I know it's division. Okay, so this is just a sort of a sneaky little way to rearrange equations. You don't have to use it, but a lot of students find it useful. So let's go ahead and solve this question then. We've got a 15-liter solution of HCl contains 0.0150 moles of HCl. So we have the correct units that we need. We're in moles, and we're also in liters. So that's great. We can go ahead and plug this in. Let's use a triangle just to sort of get used to that. Okay, so if I'm going to use my triangle and I'm going to cover up the C, then I see my formula is going to be C equals N over V. And so I'm going to go ahead and write that in, and now I'm going to substitute in my values for N. So my moles are 0.0150. And I should keep my units in here. We can write MOL as a short abbreviation for moles. And my volume is given to me as 15 liters. If this was not in liters, I definitely need to convert it into liters if it was given to me, say, in milliliters or microliters. Okay, but because my units are correct, or the desired units for this equation, I can go ahead and just calculate, and my answer is going to come out to be 0.0010. Moles per liter is totally acceptable, but we can also use this big capital M, which means moles per liter. And that's the common unit for concentration. And we always check our sig figs, and in this case we are allowed to have 2 sig figs because there's 2 sig figs here. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3 sig figs here, but we need to be limited. This is a multiplication question, so we're limited to the least number of sig figs in our data, which is 2. So 2 sig figs is the correct number of sig figs in our answer. And there we go.